Hey, it's just so Trish, and it's Wellness Wednesday. Did you read the title? Sick, nearly dead with Candida overgrowth. Oh my goodness. It's bad. Here we go. I'm in the same room. It's just, lighting's weird. It's not quite sun out yet. I've been sick. I've been sick all month. All month. It's just been progressively getting worse. Tangi's known. And I couldn't figure it out at first. So this is what happened was, I'm going to tell you the short story that got me here and the long story that got me here. So right when we had, look at that, she's running. Oh, I wish I was running. I try to get her to run my dog. I'm like, hey, you want to run my dog? Right before New Year's Eve, John and Julie got here from Dirt Patch Heaven, and I was like, man, I just started immediately getting tired. And I was just like, man, can I not keep up with people? Why am I tired? And I'm just like, wow. And and I was really like concerned. I'm like, what a bad hostess. I'm just like, I can't keep up with you guys. And you guys are exhausting me. And so I was really upset about that with myself. And then as the months going by, I'm getting tireder and tireder. I mean, I'm getting nauseous. And I'm like, no. I told you, like, we were done having babies, right? I was like, what? I mean, I took a test. I was like, what? And I was still getting wiped out. And it kept going. And feeling sicker and sicker until like last week it hit and I had like a Candida bloom downstairs. You know what I mean. Candida is the bacteria that makes yeast. And so it was like, whoa. And then IBS started back up. I haven't had IBS since I was pregnant with number 5. My IBS started. And it was just like, what is wrong with me? My body came to a crashing halt over the weekend. And I took the medicine and it didn't make an impact. And I mean, this is a really TMI health considerations, disgusting information video. So you're 3 minutes in. If you haven't figured that out, you probably, and you haven't left yet, you might want to leave. I don't know. So I really started realizing I'm having a serious bacteria overgrowth. How did I get here? What did I do? How did I get here? So of course I'm a Pinterest MD, aren't we all? Here's one of my favorite ones. It's the infograph on this one. So if you see this one, this is probably one of my favorite infographs. I don't know why they're all in and out today. All right. So the big thing is symptoms of overgrowth: reoccurring yeast infection, fatigue, headaches, weakened immune system, brain fog, and digestive problems. All right, and IBS is one of them. So I got up early, and they all got up early, and now the babies are up. Okay, so stress. So what essentially happens is if your immune system goes down, you kill all your good bacteria, you're going to have Candida growth. And then if you give them all the food they need to eat, like sugar, you are totally going to have a Candida like growth. And Candida can do some crazy, nasty things to you. So that's what happened. So if you go back and rewind, September, October, getting kind of displaced and losing everything, that's a big stress factor that happened. Well, something I didn't share with you guys that I will share now, but not in length, is we ended up with parasites. Okay, so we ended up with an intestinal parasite. I think it's from the floodwaters, when the floodwaters happened, and everything just got messed up, whatever. We ended up with them. So we got treated with that. And it was weird because we all got treated. The whole family had to get treated. And within a couple weeks, I had like my first yeast infection in like a year, 2 years. And I took the medication that you're supposed to take. It didn't do anything. And so I called up the doctor and I got diflucan, which is an antifungal pill, the little pink 1-dose pill. Good. Well, with the parasite, we had to take a second dose. So we took a second dose, but this round, it was a month and a half before another yeast infection came. And what all of a sudden I realized, and I started doing the research on the yeast infection, or not the yeast, the parasitical medication they gave us. Essentially stress. My immune system started dropping. If you don't remember, November, I decided to live off protein shakes and Doritos. I essentially started wearing down my immune system. Then I wiped it out with an insecticide in my system, all my good gut bacteria, because essentially you have all this bacteria in your stomach, and it's either going to be populated with a larger population of good bacteria or a larger population of bad bacteria. Bad bacteria, your body starts not being happy. So I wiped out my good bacteria. Some of y'all have noticed I don't cough anymore. So obviously I have some mold issues in the house that got flooded. And being in there and still being exposed, I probably repopulated my system with some of that. Are you seeing the perfect storm? And then come come Christmas, I started eating sugar. So I did really good. I didn't eat sugar and I had a pretty low sugar diet. Very low sugar diet leading into all of this. So I think that kind of kept things at bay. But come Christmas, I started eating sugar. Please don't have her fuss. I started eating sugar until January, and then I just stopped. That was not smart. Which also coincides with the time that my friends got here, and I'm thinking I'm a bad hostess because I can't keep up. What I think I did was essentially feed the Candida. I gave them like a boost of fertilizer to grow. And I started getting wore out every day because my Candida was growing. Yeah. My little jabberjaw over there. So, fast forward, I started getting IBS again. I've been really dealing with this January. I just haven't felt well. Tangi and I have had like a struggle with this because I was calling her, I'm like, Tangi, I am just not there. You know, I started struggling with staying on plan. And I've been struggling. And by the time it all came to an end this last Friday, is like when it was like full explosion I literally felt like I had no good bacteria in my system at all. I felt like I had to start over. And so I've been reading on Pinterest on things to do. And essentially a lot of oregano oil, which I already took it this morning. It's a weird taste because you burp some oregano while you're drinking your coffee. But I'm getting used to it. It's not a big deal. The 2-year-old singing the alphabet. It's not a big deal. I will say I think the extremeness of it all has been the fact that I went back on THM and I've been like doing a sugar detox. So I'm not sure if the worst has been the fact that on top of this Candida outgrowth and everything being off, I also am having a Candida die-off. Die-off is like the flu. So a lot of times people are like, oh, my sugar detox wasn't bad. But have you really killed your Candida? Hey, shh, 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 shh. Take her in the other room. You're getting louder. So the Candida die-off has, and then I'm like, is this like Candida die-off? I mean, I feel like there's most mornings I woke up and I'm like, I got ran over by a freight train. And I've been like on the couch, hence I didn't put a video out yesterday because I was just like, and I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much more vibrant again. My hair's getting too long, so I did a total mohawk today. I'm like the mom hawk. I need to push this more this way so it looks more mohawkish. Whatever. But, so things I'm doing to keep it, getting my system right. One is I'm sticking to THM. I'm really thankful I am on THM because it's much easier to handle stuff. Lots of fat. I mean, I've been eating pretty much S meals. And, oh my goodness, by the way, sorry I'm so far into it. You have to go see Nellie. I'm going to put a link to her video and she talks about her supplements. And it was so weird because I hadn't said anything and I haven't been kind of keeping it hush, like what I'm dealing with. And she's like, hey, I just made this video. I was thinking of you. I don't know why, but here. And I was like, dude, I have been like suffering with a Candida overgrowth. I feel like I'm going to die. So she talks about her supplements here. It is a great video. It was just like, I need to go back and take notes about everything she's taking and looking up and really seeing why and how and what to see if that's something I want to add to my life. So I've been taking like this Candida. It's supposed to reduce the symptoms of Candida. I'm not linking it because I don't know if it's I think it's working. It has oregano, it has wormwood, it has a couple other things. I bought it on Amazon. I don't know if it's good or not. And then I'm taking an immune booster with like a ton of probiotics. And then I'm eating yogurt, plain full fat yogurt. Yay, THM. I'm supposed to be eating kraut, but you're not supposed to heat it up. So I'm just trying to like probiotics, a lot of apple cider vinegar going through. Absolutely no sugar, no grain. I am keeping that down to like as nothing as possible just to not feed the Candida and just reset my system. So it's getting better. I'm getting better. It's 5 days later. I'm getting better. It has been rough. And oh my goodness, I've been so bloated. And like in this whole realm, I was down to like, I think 153 when I came into January. Maybe 154. It's not bad. So I'm like 157, 158. I've been up to 160. So like that bloat and everything has been, you know, I feel like I'm ending the month in healing, but not weight loss. But that's okay. I got next month. I got tomorrow. I always have tomorrow. The other scary part is too much of this yeast growth in your intestines can actually cause leaky gut, which has like names, and then you end up with the GAP diet and the, there's so many things. Like this is new territory for me big time. Just making sure like healing, we're working on healing as much as possible. Crazy. So there you go. That's what Just So Trish is up to. It's been bad. Because if you're still here, I'll tell you. Mama pushing hemorrhoids. You know what I'm talking about? You push some kids out and you got a hemorrhoid or two. Anyways, IBS is not friendly to them. So on top of dealing with like these most outrageous, angry, hateful Candida outbreak downstairs, there's also a raging hemorrhoid in with it. Do you want to talk about miserable? It's been miserable. It's been real miserable. I've been laying on the couch crying. It's so miserable. It's just like angry down there. And all this comes to the fact that I have a Candida. This is all my intestines. It just shows up down there. Anyways, I hope none of you all suffer from this. But if you haven't been kind to your system, you probably need to think about doing a little research and seeing if maybe you have some of these symptoms that you can start correcting before everything gets angry and your vessel is getting it taken out on and you have to live with it. But it gets worse before it gets better. That's all I can say. Because I'm finally getting better. It still ain't great, but we're getting better. All right, I gotta go. I gotta feed some kids. Talk to you later. Peace out.